Last night, I was hanging out with some coworkers at our usual pub. It's not fancy, just a casual spot with cheap drinks, and it's close enough to home that I don't need to drive. The night started out pretty normal. The four of us squeezed into a small table, chatting about work and joking about our boss. Since it was a Wednesday, the pub wasn't crowded. Just a few regulars, maybe about 10 people in total, each doing their own thing. From where I was sitting, I could see the TV behind the bar. Jessie, the bartender, was flipping through the channels. She paused for a moment on the local news, and I caught a glimpse of a fire. It looked like something was burning, but then Jessie quickly switched to the next channel. Still, something about that image felt oddly familiar. "Hey, Jess, can you put that back?" I asked. She flipped back to the news, and that's when I realized the building on the screen was mine. My apartment building. It was on fire. "Holy shit," I said loudly enough that a few people glanced over at the TV. The bar went quiet as everyone looked up at the screen. The shot was wide, showing the whole building. I recognized the shops at the bottom of the building, the dry cleaner, the convenience store, and the small property management office. The fire was at the top of the building, not huge, but it looked like a few floors were already engulfed in flames. "Jesus, man," one of my coworkers said. "That really sucks." There was an uncomfortable murmur of agreement. I just nodded. It was awkward, but I had to focus. "Yeah," I said. My apartment was halfway up and on the opposite side, but I couldn't help but worry. Hopefully, my stuff would be okay. The camera cut to a reporter standing across the street. He was giving updates while showing the building behind him. "Firefighters are on the way, and we hope they'll be able to contain the fire soon," he said. "Luckily, everyone was able to evacuate before things got worse." "Man, he's really overdoing it," one of my coworkers joked. We all laughed, trying to lighten the mood. Honestly, the situation didn't seem too bad from the view on TV. Then the reporter paused. Wait, we're getting an update. Hold on, we'll adjust the camera." The camera shifted, and now it was zoomed in on the building. I could see the windows on my floor, and everything in me went cold. One light was on. That was my apartment. I started counting the windows. 5 up, 2 over. That was mine. For a moment, I thought I was imagining things. I could have sworn I turned that light off before leaving, but no. There was someone standing in the window. I froze, staring. The camera zoomed in, and the figure was moving. It was dancing? I couldn't make sense of it. The person was moving in a rhythmic, almost hypnotic way. They were waving their arms back and forth, then up and down, jumping around in circles. It was like they were trying to get someone's attention, but it was all in the same repetitive pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. "What the hell?" I muttered. The camera zoomed in more, and that's when I saw it. This person looked exactly like me. Same clothes, same everything. The face was nearly identical, but their eyes were unnaturally large, and they wore this strange, almost mocking smile. The whole bar was silent now, all eyes fixed on the screen. The figure kept moving in that same weird rhythm, banging on the window and jumping around. I barely heard the reporter's voice in the background talking about the firefighters now entering the building. I didn't care. I was too focused on what I was seeing. The camera angle shifted slightly, and I saw the door behind the figure. I could barely make it out, but I knew it was my apartment's door. I saw the figure stop moving, its expression changing. The grin grew wider, exposing sharp, pointed teeth. Then, the lights in the apartment went out. The screen slowly zoomed out, and the image of my apartment window disappeared. The bar was silent. No one spoke. I paid my bill quickly, said goodbye, and left. I drove to my sister's place across town, told her there was a fire at my apartment, and that I needed to stay. Later that night, I searched for footage of the fire online. But when I found it, the last part, the part with the figure in my window, was gone. It had been edited out. I don't know what that thing was, but I hope the firefighters didn't put out that fire. I hope they let the whole place burn to the ground.